Page 79, Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Very famous folk song or thing. It's kind of a round. It's where different people can sing the melody at different times and it works out okay. Kind of fun. At the top of the page, they're talking about the key of C. I'm a little concerned there because you've only had pentascales. They're talking key of C pentascale. That's not really what the key of C is referring to. They're talking key of C, they're referring to the C scale, the full scale, not just the pentascale, because the full scale goes from C to C. And there's more than 5 notes in there. If I go C to C, there's more than 5 notes in there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes in there before I get to C again. That's why that's an octave. It's an interval of an eighth. So that's an eighth. So there's 7. The key of C is all the white keys, but that's the full key of C. Well, I haven't introduced you to scales yet or that, but I'm already talking keys. Key of C. All you need to know here, as far as I'm concerned, is that the key of C is all the white notes, and the C chord is the one chord in the key of C because it starts on the first step. Remember, each note in a scale is numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only went to 5, but I'm telling you the whole thing here. There's 7 of them, and one is and if you build a chord on that step, that's the number. So this is a 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 7 chord, and then 1 chord again. It's the way it works. In any key, it works that way. Now, we have a lot of numbers in music, obviously, because you've seen a lot of numbers, finger numbers and measure numbers and whatever. Numbers. Well, the chords have numbers. So they do the chord numbers in Roman numerals, and they put them under the staff. So you see at the example up above, there's an I, a capital I. Well, that's the Roman numeral for 1. And when you see a Roman numeral under the staff, it's simply telling you the number of the chord in the key that you're in, whatever it is. So the C chord is a Roman numeral I. They don't show the Roman numeral in the music. They could if they wanted to. They don't, but if it were there, it would be there. Something else to remember, it's an I. Okay. We'll talk more about it as we go through. Now, row, row, row your boat. 3 lines long. There's no repeat sign, 3/4 time, got dotted half notes, quarter notes, no problem. Let's take it. I'm actually going to kind of do this both hands at once. It works out that way. Because at the beginning, your right hand is here in this C pentascale, and the left hand's got the C chord. So you play them at the same time. And 3 counts. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the right hand is here, and the left hand has an E. So they're not the same notes. Not the same. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is measure 7. You got the C chord, broken chord. Left hand comes over to get the C. 1, 2, 3. And then the right hand, the left hand can come back down because there's no more notes up here. So it's a. And then G's, the same note names. The right hand C's tied. Hold it down as you're doing that. Well, once you have the notes worked out in the rhythms, and get rid of the hesitation so it's a steady beat at whatever speed you choose. Doesn't need to be lively yet. You're still working on that. Keep it slow. But just get rid of the hesitations and then think about the articulation, which they don't give a lot. They give a few slurs. Lift up here in the right hand. The left hand, you gotta lift up, you gotta rest. I disagree with that. Second line, it's measures 7, 8, and 9. All quarter notes. It's broken C chord, and a C. Okay, we understand all that junk. They're only slurring this. And then here is different. It's not a phrase, it's a slur. And you don't always lift up before and after a slur. You have to take it on a case-by-case basis? Does it make sense? Well, as part of interpreting music, this leads into the music. This leads into here. Prepares about it. Now here we are. When you lead into something like that, you will pretty much always connect it. You're not going to go, here we are. There's times you might, but most of the time you lead into it. So that slur could have gone all the way over to the first note on measure 9. So I'm telling you, connect it. Connect it. There. Connect all that together. Now, in the last line on that slur on measure 13, there you can lift up. It's a new phrase. If you read the words, you got a comma there. So starting the measure before measure 12. You're here. Lift up. Then connect. Yeah, that's my impression of the articulation. Dynamics go to the melody, and that's the right hand. Moderately soft, mezzo piano. Whatever you think, sort of soft. Not soft, just sort of soft. This needs to be very soft. So I want to hear that melody. If you don't, you get that. The left hand just drowns it out. That's how a lot of people would play this. I'm asking you, no, let's hear the melody. And this is very soft at the same time. I know that's hard to do. Do the best you can. There, and you crescendo up. You got the arrow to go up to moderately loud. Not a lot of difference between moderately soft and moderately. You go up a little bit. Each note is just a hair louder, and you stay there. And you just stay there all the way to the end until the last measure is soft. And in that case, it applies to the left hand because the right hand is just holding a note down. So it has to apply to the left hand. So yeah, your measure 13, you're moderately loud, and that's the right hand. The left hand is already soft. So I'm saying probably don't even need the soft in the last measure because you're already soft in the left hand. They're assuming you're playing the left hand the same as the right. No, I disagree with that. Don't do that, please. Keep the left hand in the background. So the left hand is already soft. Speed, well, this is a happy piece. Have fun with it. Have fun with it, but it's got to be accurate. So don't go faster than accurate, and it's up to you. When you go through the book again, and I hope you do, just for fun, for another review, it's good, but just for fun, you'll speed it up and have more fun with it. Now they've added pedal. You don't need pedal on this. This is fine without, but they've added it, and I'd like to talk about it. So I'm going to show you a little pedal. Remember, if you're going to pedal, you pedal for reasons. Understand why you're pedaling, or don't pedal, in my opinion. Here, we're pedaling the chords. We want the overtones. It also helps to connect the repeated notes, because the only way to connect a repeated note on piano, for the most part, is to use the pedal. Now I'm going to push the notes down first and then the pedal at the beginning. It's notes, then pedal. And I'm going to lift the pedal up right after I play the notes in the third measure. So it's all connected. All these C's are connected. And then I don't pedal the next couple of measures, and then on measure 7, we're going to pedal the harmony. It's all a C chord. It's the same here. I push it down right after I play the left hand. Like so. It's all a C chord. I don't like the sound of it. I wouldn't do it that way if I were going to play this, but they're doing it this way. Let's try it out. And then measure 13, you're going to lift the pedal up right before you play the notes so we hear a little silence. See, they're showing where you lift it up when you play the note. If I lift it up when I play the note, this is the last line. There's no silence there. It all connects it. And I want like a breath in there. I want to hear that. It depends on your interpretation. Whether you want the silence or not tells you when to lift the pedal up. You lift the pedal up accordingly. Now, for some reason, they're not pedaling the last 2 measures because that's a C chord too. Maybe it's because you're soft. I don't know. octaves. But that's the pedal. Now, as I said, this is a round, which is a type of music where different people can sing or play it at the same melody at different times. For instance, there's a note at the bottom where the teacher plays higher every 4 measures. So it's like you would play the first 4 measures, and then when you start measure 5, the teacher plays up here and plays the melody up there while you're playing this, and it works. And if you had somebody else coming along, then they would start at measure 9 at the beginning. Well, you're doing that and the teacher's doing measure 5 all at the same time. And I suggest if you're going to do that, that you go through it, pretend there's a repeat sign at the bottom, and go through it however many times there are people. So if you have 2 people, play it twice. If you have 3 people, play it 3 times. If you have 4 people, play it 4 times. It works out a little better on rounds. That's just my opinion, but that's how I do it. Let's play it together slowly and double check all these notes. I'll try and pedal it like they're showing, just so you can see the pedaling, but I think you could hear it better without the pedal. But all right, I'll do the pedal. I'm not going to do any dynamics, just the pedaling and the notes. So did I say I'll give us 3 counts? I don't remember. Well, if I did, fine. If I didn't, I'll give us 3 counts. 1, ready, go. 2, 3. 2, 3.